Dreamland Janitor is the story of a lonely janitor who falls asleep on the job. In his dream is where the fun happens. However, his dream turns out to be a nightmare. Now he must find a way out of this dream and back to reality. Director Blake O'Donnell sat down to talk about how Dreamland got started.
A few years back, came up with a story with a few employees at Star City Cinemas, which were Jess Pazusco, her Squeeze, Jason Furda, and of course Steve Jacks and myself all kind of came up of an idea that we wanted to do some kind of short feature using the theater. We were going to do like a mock music video, but using sort of a Fantasia sort of feel to it, just using music and having like this janitor running around in some kind of different state of mind at this movie theater. We came up with the idea of it first from Christopher Walken's video, Weapon of Choice. We were talking about it and said, well, that's something cool. We could probably pull something like that off inside the movie theater. So then eventually turned into the story of Dreamland Janitor. So anyway, a few years go by, and we all start working at the theater, and what's basically was me and Steve Jacks were working there again, and we were both pretty far into our actual careers and our education in film studies, so we really wanted to keep going with it, you know, and be able to especially work together with different shorts and things like that. So we started talking about it and rewrote it and put it all together, and had a lot of the kids who are working there now help us out.
Movie business that much work?
You know it.
Is Blake the worst director you've ever had?
Yeah, he doesn't even give me water, that bastard. Blake, I want a water that is exactly 40 degrees Fahrenheit.
Hi, I'm Jason Schmidt. I was the actor in Dreamland Janitor. I was the janitor.
You know what? That might be cool, actually. If we can get a nice shot of seeing mostly all of them, and he's hitting them all off different times, so stars are going off at all different spots in the light.
Blake O'Donnell talks about what it was like on set.
It was an excellent experience. It was something I was able to work with a lot of really good people and really good students. And for one, I had a fellow student to the school I go to now at John A. Russo's Movie Academy of Crafton. There's a student named Ephraim Stockwell who volunteered to actually film using his camera too and be cinematographer. So he really liked the story. So on set, he was basically taking care of that, and in between it was him and Steve Jacks was also filming some stuff too here and there, and then I would grab the camera every now and then. But so basically it was like the three of us did have our hands on the camera, which was great. You know, that's what I think it has to work out, using different creative minds, putting through different input.
You can basically do anything you want with him at this point. Because you can cut straight from them being on top of him, going blah, 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 and then you can cut right to him waking up. So that it matches the opposite shot that I got of the ushers coming down on him. Which means when the you have the ushers coming down, going and attacking him, and then when you cut to his point of view, you see him going, ah, 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 ah. So you know that it's him seeing the ushers until he wakes up and goes, whoa.
Now, working with this first-timers, well, not crew, but cast mostly, it was a lot of people that just kind of fell into the roles because they were there and they wanted to help out. It was mostly volunteers. I was extremely grateful with them. They all did such a good job. We had the three ushers were, it was Baby Girl, I can't remember her real name. I think it's like Katie Forsythe, she's Baby Girl, the little blonde one. And then we had Chris Koontz and Jennifer Straw, and the three of them did great. And they weren't, I think Chris wasn't even supposed to be in it at first, and neither was like Jen Straw. It was kind of flipped around. We had different people playing different stuff, and then they just kind of fell into the roles. They did great.
Jason wants a coffee. Jen wants a coffee. I want a coffee.
It's 1:04 and the PA bitches are at Shop and Save.
Well, Sean Landy was like key crew guy, working his ass off, running around. He did a lot of behind the scenes filming and just a lot of PA work. He was the manager in it, which you barely see him, but he's wearing the white shirt and that, so he actually acted in it, and just helped out with like from everything from craft services to like helping getting everyone together and just kind of being a PA mostly, and just did a great job. You can try like pulling it and having like dump on your feet. You know what I mean? And when it breaks open, you're just so pissed off. All right, you ready, Jason?
Yep.
And action.
cut. That was awesome.
Basically, we sat down to come up with a motif, or a theme if you will, to go for the character from when he's in the real world to when he's in his dream world. After I composed the song, and he wanted to put it to this movie, we sat down together so I could get a basic feel of what he wanted, since we didn't really have the director on site to do it with us, so Steve pretty much spoke for him. So we went through, and as you can see at the top here, I have orange markers. And we basically went through and made markers like you would for a song, you know, like here's a stanza, here's a chorus, but instead the visuals were aiding instead of an MC.
Jeremiah Tinsley sat down to talk about what he thought of the film.
Piece all together, I like it because I really haven't seen something like this in a while besides like a music video. And this has more of a narrative than most music videos do. But this one is an actual, short that was made with no music in mind, and then the music was put on after, which is something you really don't hear of that often. I thought it was a cool concept. I liked it a lot.
Director Blake O'Donnell really liked the final product.
I think it turned out really well. I think the production value of it was just excellent. I think it looked great, and the music was just something else. It was completely different. It was something for someone I'd never even met, and to actually want to help out and put in their music. It was Jeremiah Tinsley, which I gave him props for helping out with someone he doesn't even know, which was just great. So all in all, I think it came out really good. I think it looked really nice, and especially for something that was first thought up of years ago and then actually brought back to life like that and finished and completed, which is a great feeling. It worked out really cool.
You done, Blake?
We are done. That is a wrap, Sean Landy. Sean Landy, we are done, Sean Landy. That's it, Sean Landy.
If you haven't checked it out, Dreamland Janitor, I don't know why you're listening to me talking about something you have no idea what I'm talking about, you fucking loser. So, peace.